Hello traders and welcome to the market update for the week ending 26th of February 2021. I'm JG, member of the Vedanta Elite trading team here at Master the Markets. And what I want to talk to you about today is how to build a robust mindset. So when you're building a robust mindset, what do I mean by that? Well, we are affected by how our experiences have been throughout, whether it be trading or, what other activity you do. But keeping it with trading, so we look at trading and how, when we place trades, how they form, which way they go, do they hit our targets, or are they going towards our stop losses? It all of this forms a pattern. Okay, so if I was to give you a definition of what it was, cognitive bias, then it would say systematic pattern or deviations from norm or rationality in judgment due to subjective perception of reality. So basically what it's saying is that when the trades are forming, if you take a trade and you have 5 winning trades, all of a sudden you feel like, you are the best trader in the world and, you can't do no wrong. And then you'll start taking trades going forwards with that kind of mindset as being invincible, and then we slightly deviate from the plan that we have, your strategies that you have, your plans, the criteria that you need for a trade to fulfill before you enter. Kind of gets a little bit fuzzy, and you think that you've had 5 winning trades, been pretty successful, and you carry on with it, and then you find yourself in some losses. So what we need to do here is we need to make sure that we keep ourselves grounded and centered to learn that when we do take trades, we do not control the markets. Okay, nobody controls the markets. The markets are a beast and an entity of their own. They will flow in the manner that they do flow. Yes, we do hear that some of the big players can influence the way markets move, and it may be so, but for the majority, we don't know how the market's going to form. So we always make a plan, and then we stick to the plan. So once you have a set of rules that you are meant to follow, whatever the criteria is, you follow that criteria to a T and place your trades accordingly. When you make your decisions, always make your decisions on each individual trade. We are going to get a result or a loss, whichever way we look at it, from the trades that we take. But getting 5 or 6 trades, winning trades in our favor, doesn't mean that you can not get a loss on the next one. It can happen, which is why we always manage the risk by taking care of the stop losses. Okay. As before, I've said, manage your stop losses and the rewards will come themselves. So we always make sure that we keep an eye on the stop losses more than what we do on the target figures. Don't get emotionally attached to the trades. Okay. An awesome book that's been written, Trading in the Zone. We'll put the link up at some stage. You'll see it. You must have heard of it before, when we've done workshops and stuff. But in there, it gives you an idea of, how you can stay emotionally disconnected. However, it is harder than it seems to be as it is written down, because yes, we all have a emotion attached to the trades that we take. Everybody loves to have a big, long winning trade. However, when they go against us, that pain is also real, and it can, be difficult to get yourself emotionally detached from it. But that's something that we need to work towards. It's a muscle builder. Build you that muscle so you can get yourself in a state that you have a set of rules. The criteria is fulfilled, you take the trade. If it's not fulfilled, you don't take the trade, no matter which direction it goes in, following on from there. Follow the plan and persevere. Always stick with the trades that you've taken. Okay, a stop loss has been entered. it stays at that point. You don't move the stop loss in the opposite direction just because you think that it's going to turn and take you. If you have a stop loss, it stays in the same place. Something else that you would also do is journal. Keep a trade journal. Make sure you make a note of all the trades that you're taking. And when you take the trades and they're jotted down, you can learn from those trades to see, which ones were winning trades and why were they winning trades, which ones were losing trades, why were they losing trades. And this will help you kind of streamline and make adjustments to your plan to make it a more robust and stronger, accurate plan to follow. Okay, so building a robust mindset, as I said, manage the risk. Don't get emotionally attached to the trades themselves. Make a plan and then follow the plan. Persevere with it. Make sure that you don't kind of deviate from the plan that you have made. And journal. Ensure you keep an up-to-date journal, log all the trades, and then you can always revert back to them to see where the patterns are forming, in where you're taking a majority of your losses, where you're taking the majority of your wins. And from there, you can move on to streamline the strategy and make it a more better and accurate plan. Okay, so that's building a robust mindset. I've got down cognitive bias, so I've already told you what the cognitive bias is. It's the way that your mind thinks from past experiences, and it makes you deviate from a plan when you have one in place. So moving on to the market updates for the week. Let's have a look at the charts and see where they're flowing. As you can see on the Euro USD, we had a few trades on here, but we had a couple of pending trades as well, and we didn't see the market going in our favor. We're going to the downside. But however, when the high of this bar here was taken out, then that pending trade became invalid. So we exited the trade. But yeah, a little bit of compression now going on within this channel there. We'll see where the market's going. Big bars today and yesterday, but both in the opposite directions. So no clear direction at the moment. But as a whole, it's an uptrend from what we have on the Euro USD. Dollar Swiss, as you can see. So a couple of weeks back, I drew these lines to explain to you how the compression works. So we had a compression there, had a little breakout to the downside, and then reverted back into the channel itself. And then there you can see we had a breakout. It went to the upside, came back down, and didn't actually touch the bottom line, and then reverts back to the top again. So now we have some movement to the upside, as you can see here on this chart. Okay, so yeah, it looks like there could be possible more movement to the upside on here, but each trade as it comes. Pound dollars had a good run, as you can see. A few days back, it reached the highest point that it has done in a long time, to 1.4240. At that point there, you can see that. And since then, in the past few days, there you go, we've had a little bit of a drawback down to its normal sitting area. But we had a compression there, as you can see, on the lines, and then we've had the breakout. So as I said a few weeks back, when you have a market compression, then the market is looking to break out. And then once we do get a trigger and it starts taking out the previous highs, then we're looking at placing trades. And there you go, a nice long run on the pound dollar. USD JPY, a very busy market. We've had quite a few trades on here, and we still have some trades, valid active trades running at the moment, and they are to buy orders. So yes, we are doing okay on the USD JPY, the dollar yen. Looks like there is still potential and strength moving to the upside on there. Aussie dollar had a good run in the past few weeks, and now it's reached a high, and looks like we've got a massive drawdown today to the downside. But our trade was to the upside, and we have already captured in our profits on the Aussie dollar. So we'll see where it settles. before we take any more trades on there. Euro yen, same again, similar to the Aussie, had a good long run to the upside, and now it's reverting and showing a sign of weakness in the market to the downside. FTSE, we got a slight compression going on there, a little bit of a break to the upside there, but nothing further at the moment. So it's still a bit of a sideways movement going on in the FTSE. So we'll need to wait for a direction. And the FTSE, also the Dow Jones. Okay, we've had a little drop. It's recovered back up to the mark there. And now a few bigger bars forming, a couple of bars to the downside. So this is the US equivalent to our FTSE, but it's the Dow Jones looking like coming back to the downside. Coffee, another fine example of the compression and then a breakout. There you go to the upside, but it's doing quite well. Pretty strong move on the coffee. Massive bar there, which has done most of the work, and then it's carried on slightly to the upside. We'll see how that goes. Once we get a swing high confirm, then we'll see if it's going to come back down to the downside and give us an opportunity on the cash and strategy for this one. Brent USD, it's been since October, as you can see there. We've had a steady climb around about there. Was a low point, and then since then it's just made a gentle kind of climb all the way to the top there, as you can see. Bit of weakness showing in the market at the moment, but we'll see how this forms for us before we can take anything on the oil. Silver draws through the lines for the compressions on there, and since then we've had a slight drop to the downside, and that's a massive bar today to the downside. So it seems to be losing strength in silver. Something to keep an eye on. We don't know, can't really say for sure which way it's looking to move. The highest point being back there in August 2020, and the previous low is there in May. So yeah, it hasn't reached that low yet, but it has potential to go that way. And finally, Bitcoin. So yeah, we've spoken about this before. Bitcoin had a good run, and I drew the red line here was drawn a few weeks back when I showed you that it hit its highest point so far at just shy of 42,000, and then it reverts slightly, as you can see there. We had a slight choppy movement from approximately there to around about there, and then it started rallying again, a couple of strong moves to the upside, and then just a week ago we had the highest point it reached, which, as you can see here, the highest point is 57924.94. So that's like just a bit more than 25 pips before it hit 58,000. But however, since then, as you can see, there's a bit of a drawdown to the downside, and it's losing some strength in the market, Bitcoin. So ideally, if you were in it from October, then you've had a good run. Maybe need to have a look at it in further depth to see which way it's going from here onwards. But keep an eye on Bitcoin. It's been doing very well of recent. So that's it for the market update. What I'll do now is I'll give you the figures for our two rooms. And so what we've done this week in the elite room and the live trading room, we didn't have any trades on the primary runner strategies, the 20 or the 70% OE strategies. On the cash in 4.0 20% OE strategies, we had a 2.5% profit on that strategy alone. And then on the cash in 70% OE, we had a 0.10% profit on that strategy for that, and nothing on the continuation patterns. And then therefore, a total for the elite room this week has been 2.60%. And the live trading room on the other side, we had money bars 3.0 with a minus 1.0% loss. So 1% loss on the money bars. Nothing on the primary runners, nothing on the lift off 20 or the 70% OE strategies this week. The cash in 4.0 TSL primary had a minus 0.67% loss on there, and the cash in 1 day exit had a minus 0.29% loss on it, which gave us a total for the live trading room of minus 1.96%. So the total across both rooms gives us a total of 0.64% in the upside with both rooms. So that concludes the market update for this week. And with that, all I'll say is until the next time, stay disciplined, follow the plan, and keep trading like a master.